Disney will tell you the story of FastPass's disappearance in terms of innovation and guest experience. They will tell you that the new system is smarter, more integrated, more personalized. They will show you the app features and the planning tools and the lightning bolt logo and explain at length how the technology they replaced FastPass with is simply better. None of that is the real reason FastPass is gone. The real reason is that FastPass was free. And Disney discovered that millions of people would pay for what they had been giving away at no charge since 1999. The math behind that discovery is one of the cleanest examples of modern corporate revenue extraction ever executed at a consumer business. What FastPass actually was. FastPass launched in 1999 across Disney's theme parks as a genuinely revolutionary guest experience feature. The concept was simple. A guest approaches a FastPass kiosk near a popular attraction, inserts their park ticket, and receives a printed slip with a designated return window, typically 1 to 2 hours later. The guest then spends that time experiencing other parts of the park rather than standing in a 90-minute standby queue. When the window arrives, they return and enter through a separate, dramatically shorter FastPass line. The system was completely free. It was included in the cost of park admission. Every guest had equal access to it regardless of what they were spending inside the park or what hotel they were staying in. Disney designed it as a solution to a guest experience problem. Too much time wasted in lines, and it worked. Guest satisfaction scores improved. Repeat visitation increased. FastPass Plus arrived in 2013 as the digital evolution of the original system. Guests could now pre-book up to 3 ride reservations per day through the My Disney Experience app before even arriving at the park. Still free, still equitable, still included with admission. By 2019, FastPass Plus had become so central to Disney World's culture that experienced visitors spent hours strategically selecting reservations, debating optimal booking windows on fan forums, and treating the 60-day booking window as a competitive event. Disney was watching all of this very carefully. The COVID window. In March 2020, Disney closed its parks. When they reopened in phases through 2020 and 2021, capacity was limited, demand management was required, and FastPass was not reinstated. Disney cited operational reasons. When full capacity returned in 2021, FastPass did not come back with it. Instead, in October 2021, Disney introduced a new system, Disney Genie, a free trip planning tool accompanied by Genie Plus, a paid add-on that provided access to the Lightning Lane entrance at most attractions. Genie Plus launched at $15 per person per day. It has since risen to as high as $35 per person per day at peak periods, with dynamic pricing that adjusts based on park demand. And then there is the individual Lightning Lane. Separate from Genie Plus, this allows guests to purchase skip-the-line access for the park's most popular individual attractions: Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance, Tron, Light Cycle Run, Avatar: Flight of Passage, at an additional charge of $15 to $25 per person per ride, on top of whatever they paid for Genie Plus, on top of park admission. The financial architecture. The decision to replace FastPass with Genie Plus was not made by the guest experience team. It was made by the revenue team, and the logic was airtight. Disney's theme parks had spent 2 decades giving away a product that guests valued enormously. FastPass reduced waiting. It structured the park day. It gave guests a sense of control and accomplishment. For many families, selecting and securing FastPass reservations was one of the most satisfying parts of planning a Disney trip. The anticipation and relief associated with successfully booking a popular ride created genuine emotional value. All of that emotional value was being generated by a product Disney was charging $0 for. Universal had been charging for skip-the-line access for years through its Express Pass, priced at $90 to $200 per person per day. SeaWorld charges, Busch Gardens charges, Six Flags charges. Every competitor had already concluded that guests would pay for line access. Disney was the only major operator leaving that revenue on the table. From attendance to spending. The replacement of FastPass with Genie Plus reflects a broader strategic shift in how Disney manages its parks business, one that accelerated significantly after COVID. For most of Disney World's history, the primary metric was attendance, head count. The more people in the park, the more revenue from tickets, food, merchandise, and hotel rooms. The business model prioritized filling the parks. After 2020, Disney began optimizing for a different number, per capita guest spending, revenue per visitor rather than total visitors. The implication of this shift is significant. A park that admits fewer guests at higher prices and with more premium add-ons can generate more total revenue and, more importantly, higher margins than a park filled to capacity with guests who bought the cheapest available tickets. Genie Plus is the clearest expression of this strategy. It does not increase the number of guests in the park. It increases the amount those guests spend per visit by monetizing an experience element, efficient access to popular attractions. That was previously unmonetized. The psychological design. There is one more element of this shift that deserves examination because it reveals something about how Disney thinks about its guests. FastPass gave every guest equal access to the skip-the-line system. Whether you spent $150 on your ticket or $189, whether you were staying at a value resort or the Grand Floridian, your FastPass access was identical. The system was democratic in the most literal sense. Genie Plus creates anxiety that FastPass did not. Because Genie Plus operates on a first-come, first-served basis for popular rides, available from 7 a.m., disappearing quickly, guests who want the best selections must monitor the app constantly, book the moment availability opens, and make rapid decisions about a resource they have already paid for. The stress of managing this system pushes many guests toward individual Lightning Lane purchases as a backup when Genie Plus selections run out. The system monetizes anxiety. FastPass did not produce anxiety because it was bookable in advance and cost nothing to get wrong. Why they never looked back. Disney has not brought FastPass back. It has not publicly discussed bringing it back. Despite significant guest backlash, particularly from longtime visitors and annual pass holders who experienced the transition as a removal of something they had been given, the paid system has remained. It has remained because the financial argument is overwhelming. The strategic argument is equally clear. Giving away something people will pay for is a business decision that does not survive contact with a quarterly earnings call. FastPass was a guest experience innovation. Its replacement was a revenue innovation. Disney found that the second kind generates returns the first kind never could. And in the business of running the most visited theme park on Earth, returns are what matter. Like and subscribe for more on the business decisions behind the brands you know best. Drop a comment. Do you think Genie Plus is worth the price? Thanks for watching.